from a web. No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out, he is a spider pig. Spider pig, spider pig, does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out, he is a spider pig. Spider pig, does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out, he is a spider pig. Spider pig.
Alright, welcome back to Spider Pig. Y'all know what time it is. We're going to have a little what if on Vegeta's today segment. But that's the good news. But first we're going to stop by our trap house so y'all can see what's going on over here. You know, TGWC, we like to put the information out there so y'all can see how it's going. Click on that. Copyright, made for kids, copyright, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. 6694. Okay, 31. We have some views at least. Just check out the dashboard, see what they're talking about. Walter White video only got 6 views so far, but that's cool. It'll go up. It'll go up. Let's see, back down to analytics. And of course, the watch time hours 21. Savage. That's nice. Okay, back to our videos.
What is up, Z-Fighters? It's Manga Adventures, and today I'll be doing What If Vegeta Regrew His Tail? A fun idea I thought of that could put the prince at the top of the pecking order. With introductions out the way, let's jump right in. As we know, in canon, tails do not grow back if you surpass a great ape's power. Not only is that a vague statement, but on top of it, there's only an 8% chance it will when the Saiyan is in danger. If we take this statement literally, it has to be before his power level surpasses 180,000. So during the Namek saga, but before his fight with Frieza. With that information, let's find the perfect time for our story to start. I think we can all agree Vegeta was in a tight situation against the Ginyu Force. Raccoon alone had more than double his power. Gohan and Krillin had just been beaten and Vegeta was the last one standing. All hope seems lost until he felt a familiar sensation behind him. His tail had grown back, and it couldn't have been at a better time. He charges up a Powerball, but Goku arrives before he could throw it, defeating 2 members of the Force without breaking a sweat, making the Prince look like a fool. It didn't help he offered him pity with the Sensu Bean. Though, after this point, not much would change. The Zenkai provided would make him strong enough to beat both Jace and Ginyu Goku with ease. Feeling accomplished, he takes a nap before making his wish, only to be woken up by the dragon already summoned. He rushes over, but it's too late, and the only thing there is a pissed off Frieza who couldn't become immortal. But Vegeta isn't scared. He knows Frieza can transform, but he can as well. He tells the tyrant to get ready as he throws the Powerball in the sky, yelling burst open and mix. His power level is shooting up to over 5 million. Vegeta gets in his face, asking the tyrant if he's scared of the Saiyan race, but Frieza laughs, asking why would he be scared of an overgrown monkey before transforming into his final form. Vegeta tries catching him, but he's too quick. Instead, Frieza is the one who grabs him by the tail, swinging him around with ease despite his size. When he gets back up, Vegeta readies a mouth beam, only for Frieza to uppercut him so hard he falls flat on his back. The tyrant mockingly walks over the prince, saying once again why he should be scared of an oversized monkey. Thankfully, before the situation could get worse, Piccolo shows up to buy the team some time alongside Gohan. Vegeta disperses the Powerball himself so he can revert to his base, making things easier for Krillin to shoot him through the chest and Dende to heal him. Looking over at Piccolo and Gohan being beaten with ease, the two agree to Vegeta's plan. This Zenkai is massive, and Vegeta is ready to get back in the fight, but when Frieza sees him standing back up, the first thing he does is break Vegeta's wrists before he can use the Powerball. The others try helping him, but are swatted away by Frieza's tail. Vegeta himself tries fighting back, but Frieza toys with him, beating him down until he can't get up anymore. And when he's done, he kills him. Thankfully, before Frieza could kill anyone else, Goku saves them, and everything snaps back into canon, with the exception of Goku not being as in touch with his Saiyan heritage. Vegeta would get revived and see the power of a Super Saiyan, realizing it far surpasses the Grade 8 form. He would focus on unlocking and learning the form during his training for the androids. Though we all know how that goes. But our story begins to change after this point drastically. When Trunks and Vegeta enter the time chamber to train, they begin experimenting on the different paths Super Saiyan can take. Grade 2, Grade 3, etc. But Vegeta wants to test something else out. He throws the Powerball in the air and transforms into a Grade 8. It's been a while, but he still has control. That is, until he tries stacking Super Saiyan on top of it. The multiplier is too much for him to handle, and he loses control of himself and begins rampaging in the room a spirited time. Trunks notices this massive spike in power and checks to see what's going on, only to find himself being attacked by his own father. He tries going for the tail, but as you know, the Great Ape does not lose speed when transformed, so he grabs Trunks and begins squeezing the life out of him, his bones slowly cracking. But Trunks refuses to die. Not like this. He lets out all of his ki in a burst of energy, freeing himself from Vegeta's grasp. When he tries using the Destructo Disc, he finds he's completely drained and is unable to do so. So he musters the last of his ki for a solar flare and escapes, hiding away until the Powerball disperses, and he passes out once it does, due to exhaustion and stress. When Vegeta comes to, he doesn't realize what happened, but he figures out he lost control. Something he's disgusted happened to a Saiyan elite, which is one of the many reasons he never liked using the Grade 8 transformation. He'll have to get a hang of it eventually, but for now he'll focus on Grade 2. Trunks eventually recovers and tells him what happened, confirming his theory, but that wasn't enough for them to train together, and they still do so separately. When they leave, Trunks will be slightly stronger due to a Zenkai from his near-death battle with the Golden Grade Ape, But this wouldn't be enough to stop Perfect Cell, so the Cell games begin with Goku versus Cell and eventually Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Cell. Goku sacrifices his life to save the Earth from Gohan's mistake, only for Cell to survive the explosion stronger than ever. And the first person the revived monster kills is none other than Trunks. This sends Vegeta in a blind rage. Without hesitation, he throws the Power Ball and becomes a golden Great Ape. And as if he was still in control, he bomb rushes Cell with blinding speed, slamming him into the ground and beating him non-stop. Cell manages to escape and charges a Destructo Disc at Vegeta's tail, but Gohan steps in to stop him. Thinking he has no other choice but to blow up the Earth, he fires a Kamehameha only to be countered by Vegeta's mouth beam that engulfs him with no struggle whatsoever. When the smoke clears, Cell is gone for good, but the threat isn't over. Everyone is on edge of Vegeta, waiting for him to go berserk, but he doesn't. The Gold Ape simply looks over Trunks' lifeless body before reverting back to normal. All he says is to take Trunks back to the lookout before flying off on his own. Trunks is wished back thanks to the Dragon Balls and returns to his time to defeat the androids and Cell. But even though both timelines are at peace, this does not mean Vegeta has stopped training. 7 years straight, he honed his skills, and it wasn't for nothing. Goku announces he's returning for the day to participate in the World Martial Arts Tournament. But unfortunately, this is interrupted by Babidi's plans. Vegeta is not about to let that happen and goes along with the other Z fighters, so Goku doesn't use this as an excuse to back out on their long-awaited rematch. Babidi's minions are easily taken care of with the exception of Deborah, who escapes to tell Babidi that Vegeta has evil in his heart. When the wizard tries to take control, telling him exactly what he wants to hear, Vegeta overpowers the wizard by turning into a golden Great Ape, and then speaks, "I'm not weak enough to let myself be controlled," which shocks everyone that he's able to control such a powerful form. He smiles at Goku, who tells him he was saving this for the tournament. Goku, not one to back down, tells him he can't wait, and the group continues to Babidi, defeating him and Deborah without a problem. Boo's revival has been stopped, and the Z Fighters head back to the tournament on a job well done. But by the time they get there, it's over. But Goku is too excited not to fight Vegeta, and the same goes for the Prince. So they head to the place of their first battle. With no one around, they begin their brawl. It starts off slow. Base versus base, Super Saiyan versus Super Saiyan, and then Super Saiyan 2 versus Super Saiyan 2. Goku having the upper hand throughout the first half, but things are about to change. Vegeta uses the Power Ball, which Goku allows because he also has a trick up his sleeve. They both transform at the same time, Goku becoming a Super Saiyan 3 and Vegeta turning Golden Great Ape. But Goku realizes immediately he only has one chance at victory. When Vegeta punches downward, he dodges it with grace before screaming, "Dragon Fist." His ki turns into a golden dragon that wraps itself around Great Ape Vegeta, who tries breaking free, but he's unable to before it explodes. Goku, exhausted, raises his arm in victory, but out of the smoke comes Vegeta in a new transformation that mixes his base with the Great Ape form. Goku is in shock. His most powerful attack in Super Saiyan 3 wasn't enough, and that's when Vegeta responds. "You call that Super Saiyan 3? And this form far surpasses it in every way. So I think it's safe to call this new transformation Super Saiyan 4. He then knocks out Goku with a punch to the gut, announcing himself as the strongest Saiyan. Goku fades away, having used all his energy for the fight, but he's not angry in the slightest. This actually makes him want to train even harder, in hopes of having another rematch with Vegeta in the afterlife. And with that, I'll end part 1 of What If Vegeta Regrew His Tail. This was a fun one to make, if I do say so myself. I think I covered all my grounds on this, but as always, I could be wrong. Comment down below what you think, or join my Discord. I'd love to hear your opinion there. I'm doing a What If involving my community soon, so if you want to be a part of it, hurry on over. And as always, Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. What is up, Z Fighters? It's Manga Adventures, and part 1 did so well, I immediately started writing part 2. I hope you guys enjoy this what if because we're jumping right in. Our story begins 4 years after Goku's defeat against Vegeta. And just because the Saiyan Prince won does not mean he would slack on his trainer, though even he would have to stop for his wife's birthday. While getting ready for the party, Beerus awakens after his dream of the Super Saiyan God. He at first heads to the Saiyan who defeated Frieza, which is Goku, but his Super Saiyan 3 was not enough to face the God of Destruction. So he heads to Earth and crashes Bulma's party. But thankfully, since Boo was not revived, we don't have to worry about Beerus not getting his pudding cup. But when the party is over and the food is gone, he would still want to face off against Vegeta, hoping he would put up a better fight than Goku did, being the Saiyan Prince and all. He's reluctant due to past trauma and only accepts so he doesn't anger the God of Destruction. Transforming into Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta definitely packs more of a punch than Goku, moving the god in a way it appears he's being hit, but no damage was actually being done. This display of power would anger Beerus for the sole reason he notices the hesitation in Vegeta's movements. Feeling disrespected, he decides to kill the prince for wasting his time, but Bulma steps in, slapping Beerus, saying no one is about to die on her birthday, especially not her husband. This gets her a backhand, which enrages Vegeta, who screams, "Here's Bulma." Now, if this rage boost could make Super Saiyan 2 stronger than Super Saiyan 3, then the same could apply for Super Saiyan 4, being at the very least equal to the power of initial Super Saiyan God. His outburst of energy kicks off the real battle. They head into the city, and unlike the graceful Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 4 is sheer power. So the shockwaves of his ki shatter all the glasses of the nearby buildings. The fight then goes to the forest, where Vegeta gathers an enormous amount of green ki before unleashing it on Beerus, clearing the area in the process. But out the smoke, Beerus appears with not even a scratch on him. But that does not stop Vegeta's relentless assault, which more than amuses the God of Destruction, viewing him as the strongest mortal he's ever faced thus far. While this is underway, Goku had ordered Kibito Kai to gather the Namekian Dragon Balls to wish for the Super Saiyan God. Porunga, of course, cannot do this, but tells him how to become one, and since 5 Saiyans are needed, he uses the second wish to bring himself back to life so he can assist with the ritual. With 1 wish remaining, Kibito Kai uses it to unfuse. Goku returns at just the right time because Vegeta is kicked into him so hard he reverts to base. Goku announces he knows how to become a Super Saiyan God, which catches Beerus' attention, who allows him to do so. They successfully perform the ritual after finding out Videl is pregnant, and Goku takes Vegeta's place in the battle. But Beerus isn't as amused, saying Goku is only as strong as Vegeta was. That is until he absorbs God Ki into his base and then turns into Super Saiyan, providing a much better fight. This display of power is enough for Beerus to spare the Earth, at least for now, but the arc isn't over yet. With Goku now back in the world of living and having a new transformation on top of that, Vegeta demands a rematch, and Goku responds, "You took the words right out of my mouth." Once everyone is healed, Vegeta powers up to Super Saiyan 4, hoping to clash with the Super Saiyan God, but Goku at this point can't turn into it at will. Thinking he just needs to trigger it, Vegeta charges forward at full power only to be stopped by Goku in his base? This is impossible. He once bested him at Super Saiyan 3. The two start exchanging blows, and it's obvious after a while that they are evenly matched. Vegeta refuses to accept this and fires a full power final shine attack. Goku counters with a Kamehameha and the beams clash. With no clear winner in sight, Goku turns into Super Saiyan to give him the needed boost to win the struggle. Vegeta lays on the ground defeated, but Goku is the one who feels like he lost. He explains the God Ki was absorbed into his base, and that this is the reason he was able to keep up with Beerus after reverting back to normal. But he isn't happy with this at all, because he wanted to beat Vegeta with his own power, not something borrowed by others. He's amazed at his rival who's able to reach this level of strength on his own, but Vegeta doesn't want to hear this. He knows to catch up to Goku now, he must also obtain God Ki, so he begins to train under Whis, Goku joining not long after. Things snap into canon with the two pure bloods unlocking Blue and using this to defeat Golden Frieza. The Universe 6 tournament would happen the same, with Vegeta getting his first student and Goku earning his respect with Blue Kaioken. Soon after the tournament, future Trunks arrives in his time machine, explaining he needs help against a foe named Black, who looks exactly like his father. Vegeta is ready to assist a version of his son, but Trunks says he may not be enough. The prince takes this as a challenge and starts a fight. Trunks turns Super Saiyan 2 and Vegeta responds by doing the same. But when Trunks says Black is even stronger than this, Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan 4, saying this is the power of one who controlled the Golden Grade 8, before blowing him away with ease. But once that's over, a hole tears open in the sky and out comes Vegeta Black. Black is ready to fight in hopes of unlocking more of his new body's power, but Vegeta isn't Goku. He isn't testing his strength. He wants to defeat the foe that's terrorizing his son's timeline, so he jumps straight into Super Saiyan 4. Instead of being an evenly matched fight, this is a straight beatdown. And to make sure the job is done, he readies his Big Bang attack. Black doesn't want to die. Not like this, not before his plan is done. He fires a black Gallic gun, which in comparison is puny to the Big Bang, which pushes back his beam with ease. But just before it hits Black, he unlocks Super Saiyan 2. This doesn't cause him to win the struggle by any means, but he does survive, albeit heavily bruised. He's pulled back to his world by the time ring, saving him from his counterpart's wrath, but he destroys the time machine as he leaves. Amazed by his father's power, he pleads to train under him while Bulma refurbishes Cell's time machine and makes fuel. But he has to decline, saying they need to find Black's key, but he'll do so once he gets back. With Beerus and Whis, he heads over to Universe 10, meeting Zamasu. The two spar, and Zamasu is astonished by the power of a mere mortal, which kicks off the time loop. Once ready, they head to the future with confidence they can win, but Black is eagerly waiting to show Vegeta his new form he got after the Zenkai from the last encounter, Super Saiyan Rose. Now, Vegeta wanted to finish this with Super Saiyan 4, but he knows Blue is needed. But even with his godly transformation, he loses. Even Goku can't save the day when Zamasu jumps in to help, so the three retreat. With information on who Black is, they go to present Zamasu and have Beerus Hakai him, thinking that will erase the future version. The three return only to find out this isn't the case and Zamasu is still terrorizing. The only change in this part would be, instead of Goku getting the rage boost from finding his family died, it's Vegeta. But it ends the same with Super Saiyan Rage Trunks, giving Goku and Vegeta time to escape. Beaten and humiliated, the prince isn't about to let this happen for a third time. So after returning to the present, he goes into the time chamber for half a day to find the power needed to defeat Black once and for all. The time chamber explodes from within and out comes Vegeta, ready for round 3. The two would go back to save Trunks and the rematch would begin. Vegeta shows the results of his training by revealing his new transformation, Super Saiyan 4 full power. Black is shocked on how strong he's gotten in such a short amount of time and tries attacking, but his blows don't even faze Vegeta at this point. Black demands to know what happened and Vegeta gladly tells him. This power is only achieved when one mixes God Ki with their Saiyan heritage. Something you, Zamasu, could never hope to do. Now get out of my face, because there can only be one Prince Vegeta. And with that, he wipes Black away. With no Black, Zamasu isn't a threat. Stalling him until Goku gets the correct seal wouldn't be a problem. And with that, the future Trunks saga is over and the timeline is safe. Vegeta coming out of it with a new transformation, appreciation of his family, and his son's respect. Next, we have the Tournament of Power, and after Bola is born, Vegeta has some new motivation to protect his family and would do some last minute training in the time chamber for an hour or a month in there to protect her. Once the tournament comes around, he would bulldoze people in his Super Saiyan full power form. Toppo wouldn't stand a chance even in his God of Destruction form. His Hakai attacks being condensed with ease and thrown right back at him with a little extra final shine. This throws the candidate of destruction out of the arena. Dispo, the fastest in the tournament, couldn't keep up and was thrown out before he even knew what happened. Taking out 2 heavy hitters would save energy for the others against Anilaza, making it an easier fight. The only true obstacle now is Jiren. This will be a difficult fight, but the full name of the transformation is Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker. Vegeta breaks his ceiling, shooting his power up higher than ever, impressing all of the gods of destruction and even Jiren. But it still isn't close to the broken transformation of Ultra Instinct, the real MVP of the tournament. Universe 7 wins and Goku admits he can't go Ultra Instinct at will, which upsets Vegeta, who wanted to face off against the form. The fight against Broly would happen the same since he was able to tank Super Saiyan God, and for some reason they didn't use Blue Evolution or Kaioken, so I'm assuming they were saving energy for the long haul. So the concept would stay the same and Blue Gogeta would win the day. And this would end What If Vegeta Regrew His Tail. I didn't cover the moral arc because it's manga only and I mainly followed the anime. Plus, it would be partial spoilers for people who don't read the manga for whatever reason. It sucks I couldn't use Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta versus Broly, but since, like I explained, he bodied Super Saiyan God, it wouldn't have mattered power scaling wise. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 2-parter, and when more arcs come out, I would love to make a part 3. I had fun writing it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Personally, one of the characters I like most from Dragon Ball Super was Cabba. I know he wasn't used much, and that's kind of what I want to change here. I feel that Cabba could have been used a lot more effectively in Super. And potentially we could see some more of him in the future, but just in the arcs that we were given, he could have definitely been used more. Specifically in the Tournament of Power. Today, we're here to completely change that though. Making a video focused on both him and Vegeta. For this video, let's set a like goal of 3,000 likes. If we hit that, I might actually do a part 2 to this scenario. Anyways, let's begin. The change here would begin after Zamasu. During the short time skip between that arc and the Tournament of Power, Vegeta's kind of bored. Sure, he is training and all, but he wants to find another way to get stronger, something more fulfilling than just being trained himself. He begins thinking, trying to remember what Goku's done in his past. And one thing that Vegeta hasn't really done is taken on a student. Sure, he's trained with Trunks before. A little bit with each version of Trunks, but more so with the future version. But regardless of the Trunks variant, he hasn't really trained with others much. And maybe it'll be fun for once to try and do this. And more fulfilling than just regular training. Having a student could help teach him some things. As cliche as it sounds. And he already does kind of have a student. Although the issue is, he isn't exactly from this universe. It's Cabba from Universe 6, that one Saiyan that he met before during the Universe 6 tournament. You know, he kind of did want to visit Universe 6 to see Sadala, but also, this gives him an opportunity to train with someone, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Goku's busy training with Whis still, but Vegeta asks if he can depart for a bit, just for like a month or so. While the training here is beneficial, he kinda does want to get rid of the monotony now. Doing something different for once can help change some stuff up. Vegeta asks Whis simply, can he go to Universe 6 for a bit? Whis is really the only person that could take him there, but he accepts. He says it's fine as long as he checks with Vados and Champa. And they're not necessarily sure what Vegeta wants there, but he tells them he's here to visit planet Sadala and see Cabba, wanting to train him. Champa's definitely not opposed to this. I mean, if it makes his Saiyan stronger, then whatever. Sure, let Vegeta come here. What a stupid thing for their universe to do, empowering Universe 6 instead of their own. These guys are schmucks. Whis asks if Goku wants to go, but he's gonna stay back and train here. He feels that he could still break his limits here, but wishes Vegeta luck on his little vacation. And so, Whis takes Vegeta to Universe 6, taking him to planet Sadala where he'll find Cabba. Vegeta's actually pretty surprised to see this planet. It's not really like anything he's seen before. It vaguely does remind him of Planet Vegeta from beforehand. But of course, this is a completely different place. Still, it's weird seeing a society like this, especially a society full of Saiyans and Saiyans that are actually good people. It's like the exact opposite of what his planet was, or at least what he remembers of Planet Vegeta. He does want to learn more about the place and people, but first he's going to have to meet up with Kappa. The good thing is, he does remember his energy from before, trying to sense it and then flying out wherever he finds him. As you'd probably expect, Kappa's surprised to see him. He didn't expect Vegeta to show up anytime soon, and he wonders why he's here and how he's here. Like, can he just hop universes whenever he feels like it or something? He doesn't know. Vegeta explains why he's here. He wants to train Kappa like he promised, as well as visiting the planet, but mainly the first thing. After seeing what Kappa accomplished during the tournament, he knows that he has a lot of potential, and possibly Vegeta could learn some things from him. But more importantly, Vegeta will be able to teach him some things, like being able to go beyond Super Saiyan. He learns Super Saiyan really quickly, so maybe he can get Super Saiyan 2 next, and possibly forms beyond that. With Kappa being Kappa, of course he's not going to turn this down. He's excited to see Vegeta here and follows every order, taking it very seriously, a little bit too seriously. And you know what? Vegeta's actually fine with that. That's just what he wants. He wants to whip Kappa into shape, getting him to go beyond Super Saiyan. Training begins immediately. The first step is trying to get Super Saiyan 2, which is the next natural progression. Vegeta's trying to think of what to do. Last time, getting Kappa angry worked to get him Super Saiyan. But this time that might be a little bit more tough, especially with the anger needed to go Super Saiyan 2. So first they will have to actually work on Super Saiyan. This isn't too tough. Vegeta shows him the principles, going through even some of his old grades that he used. It's the first time in a while that he uses Super Vegeta, or Super Saiyan Grade 2. He tells Kappa that this isn't his goal, only a step to it. Kappa learns that there's a certain point where he gets efficient enough with Super Saiyan to use it without any stamina drain. The great thing is now Kappa's pretty close to that. Of course, after learning Super Saiyan, he didn't waste any time, trying to see if he could use it more and more often. He actually tells Vegeta that he inadvertently did it on his own, which really surprises him. I mean, think back to the Cell Saga. Look how long it took Goku to learn that. He got Super Saiyan all the way back on Namek, and he didn't get Super Saiyan Grade 4 until the Cell Saga. To be fair, some of the time was spent trying to theorize what to do, and Kappa has an advantage because he actually knows what he's aiming for. Well, they do have a month that might actually be enough time, so the two train together, with Vegeta mostly using Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 just so Kappa learns what it's like. And this is where the Universe 6 Saiyan's true potential starts to show. So in the Tournament of Power, it took Kappa getting really angry for him to actually go Super Saiyan 2. But if we look back to when Caulifla did it, well, she just did it because she felt like she needed the power. It wasn't necessarily out of anger. This is pretty standard with the Universe 6 Saiyans just because of how they live. Accessing this great power isn't too hard for them, and Vegeta comes to learn that really quickly. Kappa's pretty strong as is, and especially in Super Saiyan. And after a lot of time training, they're eventually able to get him to Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta's proud of this. Not only proud of Kappa, but proud of himself. He takes pride in the fact that he taught someone how to do this. But Kappa knows this isn't the end of his power. He knows there's something beyond Super Saiyan 2 even, that blue form that Vegeta was using. Well, actually there's a few forms beyond Super Saiyan 2. He tells him about Super Saiyan 3, but Vegeta personally thinks it's useless. He doesn't even have the form because he doesn't think it's worth bothering with. And he would think the next natural step for Kappa is Super Saiyan God. But he doesn't think it'll be as simple as it was with Super Saiyan 2. For Super Saiyan God, the first person to get it was Goku using the ritual. Although for Vegeta, he got it on his own. Just by training with Beerus and Whis, he was able to get it that way. So maybe, as long as Kappa is able to access God Ki in some way, he could pick up on Super Saiyan God himself. A ritual could work, but Vegeta thinks this is a more efficient way. And he wonders what the best possible way to do this would be. But he gets a really simple idea. He transforms into Super Saiyan God, letting Kappa see it for the first time. Red hair? That's weird. And Vegeta says this is the first step to attaining blue. He places a hand on Kappa's back, giving him some of his energy. This isn't supposed to give him the form, rather infuse some God Ki within him so he actually has some of it boiling up. First, he'll need to actually get Super Saiyan God and try and master that. And once he does, he'll combine it with the power of Super Saiyan and get Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta doesn't want to be gone from home too long, but he still does have some time left. He doesn't know if he can necessarily get Kappa to reach Super Saiyan God on his own, and says it might be best for Kappa to see Vados. However, with his remaining time, he's going to stick around and try and see more of Planet Sadala. It does seem pretty interesting after all. It's a planet of Saiyans that's not actually full of enslaved murderers. A very different and nice perspective on the Saiyan race. Everyone's interested to see a Saiyan from another universe, and with Vegeta being Vegeta, he would introduce himself as a prince, even though everyone is dead and he's really only the prince of like a few people, but still. He's a prince technically, so that counts for something. But by this point, Vegeta decides it's time to go home. It has been a month, and the training's been pretty beneficial. Plus, Bulma's gonna be giving birth soon, and Vegeta definitely wants to be there for that. So, he says goodbye to Kappa, and says they'll see each other sometime soon. But little does Vegeta know, it's going to be a lot sooner than he thinks. While he's enjoying some peace and quiet on Earth back with his family, suddenly Goku comes in and tells him about the Tournament of Power. Aw crap, what happened this time? Anyways, everything in Universe 7 goes normal, so let's actually shift over to Universe 6 and go back to Kaba. When Vegeta left, Kaba asked Vados if he could train with her, and she actually accepted it. Champa doesn't really mind, especially because that means he might have someone to rival the two Saiyans in Beerus' universe. If his brother trains two Saiyans, maybe he should train a Saiyan too. So Kaba spent some time on Champa's planet, and they're actually really surprised with his power and progress. He's already surpassed Frost, and at this rate he might even surpass Hit. He just has to figure a way to utilize his God Ki in a manner that actually lets him transform, just like Vegeta was telling him. Training with Vados might help that. Vados can tell that Kaba has a lot of God Ki, surprised at how much Vegeta infused within him. Even though his power boost from it was only temporary, Vegeta's God Ki lingers within there, now becoming Kaba's own. And just around the time the Tournament of Power is announced, Kaba actually learns how to use Super Saiyan God, although he doesn't really have too much control over it. He still needs a bit more practice, and there's a few days until the tournament, so maybe he could do something until then. But also, he's going to need to recruit some other members for the team, specifically some other Saiyans. Champa wants to see if there's any Saiyans as strong as him, and clearly there's not. Kaba's definitely the strongest in Universe 6 right now. So it's definitely going to be hard to find someone comparable, but once he's back on Sadala he could actually check out some people. This of course leads to him meeting Kale and Caulifla, and he shows his power to the two of them. Much of their meeting goes really normal at first. Kaba shows off Super Saiyan, Caulifla tries to access it for herself, and then Kale ends up going berserk. And when Kale goes berserk, more things change here. In Super Saiyan, Kaba and Caulifla combined aren't enough to stop her. But luckily this isn't the extent of Kaba's power for now. He tells Caulifla to stand back as he handles this, transforming into Super Saiyan God, going to fight Kale and easily dismantling her, ending her berserk state, sending her back into her base form. Of course Caulifla wants to know what this is now. Red hair, she thought Super Saiyan was good, but this is something else. She couldn't really sense Kaba's power though, but she could tell it was really strong enough to defeat Kale apparently. Well, way stronger than that. He did it really casually. He tells him that it's going to take a while for them to get this form. This isn't something that could be attained easily. However, they can at least try for Super Saiyan 2. So for the time being before the tournament, maybe they could train for that. It might not be possible, but it's at least worth a shot. And for the rest of the time, they train for this. Up until the actual tournament. In terms of the Team Universe 6, we're going to be focusing more on them since this is really about Kaba, but we will have some focus on Vegeta and a little bit of Universe 7 too. Although they're not going to be the main topic, they'll only be discussed where they need to be. In terms of power, Kaba's actually the strongest on his team now, even stronger than Hit at this point. Some people might think that's blasphemy, but consider how strong the Universe 6 Saiyans are. I can make a whole video based on how Kaba's underrated in terms of power, and it's kind of off topic, but I'm actually making a video where I'm going to power scale every single character in the Tournament of Power, so look out for that. But yeah, even without that, it should be abundantly clear how strong these people are. And now with Kaba actually in Super Saiyan God, he's really strong. Universe 6 performs really well. Everyone else is pretty much as strong as they were before. But with Hit and Kaba on the team, they're able to do really well, defeating a lot of the weaker fighters. Kaba does want to face Vegeta though, and he tries to, but they keep getting interrupted. Maybe later on in the tournament they could face each other. They met up before the actual tournament started and promised to fight. Vegeta wants to see where his student actually is in terms of power now. Apparently he's finally got Super Saiyan God, and that's definitely something Vegeta wants to see for himself. Kale and Caulifla are at the same strength as they were. Caulifla eventually did get Super Saiyan 2 during the training, and during the tournament. Kale goes past her limits too. Kaba mostly leaves him to themselves so he could fight people on his own. But still, Caulifla really wants to get Super Saiyan God. She keeps seeing other people use it too. Kaba uses it, Goku uses it, and Vegeta's using some weird blue thing. She's just getting really jealous. And Kale doesn't really care too much, but since Caulifla's getting jealous, she gets jealous too. Maybe becoming a god would be pretty cool. As the tournament goes on, Goku eventually faces Jiren like normal. And this is a big spectacle, and it's important to note that it goes pretty much the exact same. The reason I'm noting this too is because he fights Kale and Caulifla later on just like normal. But this time things are going to change a lot. Goku forces Kale and Caulifla into fusion, creating Kefla. Pretty standard for now. Kaba's amazed to see them fusing. He knew that they had a plan, but he didn't know it would be this strong. To be fair though, they are fighting a really weakened version of Goku since he's really worn out from the Spirit Bomb and everything beforehand. But he's at least able to put up a fight against this fusion, eventually having to crank up past Super Saiyan God into blue. The other universes watched on actually pretty worried about this. Universe 6 seems to be pretty strong too. It seems they may have underestimated them. Even with that Hit guy out of the ring, the Saiyans are just as impressive as the ones from Universe 7. Universe 3 is getting pretty worried too. Maybe they should try fusing, breaking out their ultimate fighter. Kefla's fight with Goku starts normally, but Goku then goes into Ultra Instinct. Kefla knows that she needs more power. She wants to force more power to come out of this fusion somehow. Super Saiyan 2 isn't enough. And this is where more of Universe 6's growth comes in handy. The Saiyans from that universe are really overpowered in terms of their growth. Not to mention, this is a fusion. As we saw with Gotenks in the Buu saga, he forced out Super Saiyan 3 just because he felt like it, and because the fusion had enough power, even if Goten and Trunks individually didn't know it. And Kefla tries the same thing. She knows she might have some God Ki within her thanks to Kappa, as she tries using every reserve of power that she has. Goku watches on as suddenly during the fight, her hair begins to change color, turning red instead of green. It eventually stops flickering, and Kefla is revealed to be in Super Saiyan God, something that Goku didn't even expect. Just as she's about to attack Goku, the entire arena begins shaking. They look over and see Universe 3's fighters have fused into Aniraza, attacking all the fighters, but mainly focusing on Goku and Kefla, seeing as they're the strongest ones here besides Jiren. A massive mouth beam comes their way. Goku easily dodges it, and Kefla jumps out of the way. She's pretty annoyed by this, and decides she'll take out this monster herself. This new power of hers should be more than enough. She powers up further, going in to fight the giant robot. She doesn't want anyone interrupting their fight. Briefly, she starts fighting with Aniraza, as Goku also tries to fight her. Using this distraction, he might be able to defeat fusion, as well as Universe 3's fighters. While they weren't necessarily trying to work together, the two of them do knock out Aniraza, which then focuses Kefla's attention back on Goku. Goku's quickly running out of Ultra Instinct, and he needs to make use of this. But there's something really good about this. He can tell that Kefla can't control her power. This is the first time she's used Super Saiyan God. There's no way she'll have a grasp on it. And this may actually work in his favor. He remembers back to Vegeta. As Kefla suddenly defuses, she was at full power the whole time, in a form that she didn't really know how to use. By forcing all of this energy out of her, she actually shortened the time of the fusion, unknowingly sending them back to normal. Goku takes this opportunity to quickly knock them out, finishing the fight as he drops out of Ultra Instinct. That was a really close call. Back to Kaba, he actually gets to stay in the ring more, getting the fight with Vegeta that he wanted. But first they have to take on another foe, Toppo. Vegeta wanted to do this fight himself, but Kaba wants to make sure that Vegeta's not knocked out. He wants that battle. So he actually jumps in and helps defeat Toppo. Vegeta's power and Blue Evolution combined with that of God Kaba, it's really a lot to take in. And even though Toppo is a fearsome foe, the great thing is he's not in his God of Destruction mode yet, making it easier for the two of them to knock him out. And now, the two of them can finally have their fight. Vegeta wants Kaba to show him everything he's got, and he'll do the same. Kaba powers up in his God form, while Vegeta powers down, going into his God form to match his student. The two clash with great speed. Vegeta definitely has an advantage, not only in speed, but power. He's been using this form much longer and has a greater experience with it. And although Kaba does have some familiarity with it, he's not on the level of Vegeta, but his power still helps him. The two exchange blows. A massive but friendly battle between master and student. Vegeta's amazed with Kaba's growth. It hasn't been that long, but already he's in Super Saiyan God. He's still not on the power level of Vegeta, sure, but this is something else. He wonders if his student can get blue now. He knows Kaba has control over Super Saiyan, and he has somewhat of a control over Super Saiyan God. Maybe Vegeta could force that out of him. Vegeta goes into his blue form, fighting Kaba and telling him that his universe is at stake. If he doesn't do this now, he's gonna lose and his universe will get erased. He overwhelms his student, giving tough love as Kaba's beaten up. Kaba takes these words to heart, trying to figure out something to do. He has to focus, channeling the two powers of Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan at once. Vegeta launches a Gallic gun at Kaba, with Kaba doing the same trying to reflect it. His power's not enough, and he tries to find more within him. This is his last shot, and suddenly, he gets that surge of power. Pushed into a corner, Kaba's power explodes once more, going into Super Saiyan Blue as he fires the beam back towards Vegeta. Vegeta smiles. He was holding back, but he's glad to see that his students finally reached this power. Kaba's glad too, and is amazed by it, but he knows it's still not enough. Vegeta has that Blue Evolution form that he got recently, and Kaba's definitely outnumbered. But the two of them are still content. They both got what they wanted, and Vegeta makes a promise to Kaba. He'll win the tournament, and he'll revive everyone. This is where Universe 6 will lose. But Vegeta tells him it's not the end of Universe 6. He'll bring it back and see his student again someday, but he tells Kaba not to go down without a fight. The two of them get back to fighting. Vegeta shows his full power, not holding back at all as Kaba fights in blue. They enjoy themselves, but of course, Vegeta comes out on top, having a great advantage in power. He says goodbye to Kaba as he's knocked out of the ring, and Kaba does something surprising. He still has a lot of energy left, and he actually lends it to Vegeta, telling him to make good use of it. With this, Kaba is eliminated, and Universe 6 is erased. Vegeta now has a simple task: win. Let's skip forward a bit to when Goku, 17, and Vegeta are fighting against Jiren. Vegeta has a lot more energy here. He didn't need to blow himself up against Toppo, and with Kaba's energy boost, Vegeta's almost at full stamina. He's been pacing himself a lot, and now with all these reserves of energy, he's fighting at full force. They know Jiren's strong, but the three of them fight him regardless. Vegeta lends some of his excess energy to Goku, letting him power up back into blue. And surprisingly enough, Frieza even comes out, joining the fight against Jiren. But still, even with all this power, it doesn't seem like it's enough. Jiren still has the upper hand against the four of them. Despite outnumbering him, they don't overpower him. But maybe if Goku can use that power one more time, they could win here. He has to make use of Vegeta's energy, the one that Kaba granted to him before his universe was erased. He knows how much this means to Vegeta, and how valuable that energy is. Vegeta even finds it kind of funny in a way. Lending energy to Kaba a while ago helped him get Super Saiyan God. And Kaba's now paid him back. Goku knows this too after hearing all the stories and seeing the bond between the two of them. But also, his universe is at stake. His friends too. He focuses, remembering the instinct, and he's able to access it once more. UI Goku jumps into the fight, and the four of them work to defeat Jiren. Jiren's about to power up even more, but they don't want to take the chance. Goku completely immobilizes him, and with support from his three other allies, they defeat the Pride Trooper, taking the win. For MVP, Vegeta gets that prize. And just as he promised, he revives everyone. Not just Universe 6, but with the great power of the Super Dragon Balls, he knows he can do better. In Universe 6 itself, everything suddenly reappears again. Everyone's confused, but they suddenly remember what happened. Kaba's glad. His master did keep his promise just like he expected. He's surprised that he won, and he has to pay it back to Vegeta somehow. He hopes to see his master again soon, but until then, he's gonna get stronger and stronger, using that blue form that Vegeta showed him. Kale and Caulifla still want to work towards a god form just so they're stronger. But for Kaba, it's more of a thanks to his master. Soon, they'll see each other again, and the fight between the two will be even greater than the last. He'll make Vegeta proud, and with that, we'll end this what if off here. So, what did you guys think about this scenario? If it were to continue, what do you think would happen next?
Oh dear me, did you lose already? What a weakling. I suppose that is your limit. Too bad for poor Vegeta.
No way!
You want to beg for your life? I assure you it's futile. Let me show you a fear beyond death. Who are you?
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'll take care of the rest.
It's Goku!
Goku!
You have some business with me?
Yeah. I came to finish this fight. I'll take it from here.
What?
What did he just say?
Dad?
This is crazy. He doesn't have any idea how terrifying Frieza is.
Leave it to me.
Very well. I'll play along.
If you think you can just toss me aside, Frieza, you're in for a rude awakening.
Vegeta, just rest for now.
Shut up! I don't need your concern. I am the Prince of Saiyans. What a disgrace. I tried so hard to change and still... I'm now just dead weight? Damn it! Don't think this is the end!
Well, Vegeta, whatever has happened to your memory? It seems you've forgotten how much you feared me.
You'll pay for this!
Where's that power coming from? So much pressure.
Unbelievable!
All big talk and nothing else. I'll shut you up immediately.
Make a fool of me, will you? I am Vegeta!
so strong.
Looks like we might get out of this alive, Gohan.
How dare you, scum!
I am the one who will defeat you.
Why do you have so much power?
Because I have become the thing that you fear the most. A Super Saiyan!
Was that a joke? Fine. I'll just kill you all!
Get away! Get away! There's not enough time. This isn't good.
I'm going to finish you off. Goodbye, Frieza!
Whoa!
Your reign is over!
I don't believe it! You're seriously awesome!
I've finally become one! I am a legendary Super Saiyan!
No complaints here! You're incredible!
Show off. The real fight starts now! Let's go, Kakarot! We'll end things!
All right, let me see your power!
Come on, are you serious, Goku?
Dad?
Yeah, I got it.
You think you're a full-fledged warrior? Don't make me laugh!
Now this is what fighting is about!
You do know what will happen if you fight poorly, right?
I'm going to fight with all I've got!
Good. But don't let your guard down. Prepare yourself! You're not prepared enough! I'll destroy you completely!
Hey, not bad! You surprised me there.
What's the matter? I know you've got more than that.
I can still go for more.
Then fight me!
Come on!
Take that! Here! What?
My turn! Come on, Vegeta! Come at me with all you've got!
Impossible! I'm a Super Saiyan! There's no way I'll lose here! Let me show you weaklings what true power looks like!
Over here!
Hurry up and fight seriously! Damn it! You have to be kidding me!
Man, what power and speed! I didn't think you'd be this strong.
Kakarot! No longer will I be overshadowed by you!
What's with this guy?
Come on! Stop, fool!
Darn it!
If that's your limit, you have let me down.
This looks bad!
Goku lost?
No way! Dad, please hang in there!
With your power, you can't possibly beat me.
I can't believe it! You wiped the floor with me!
I know you're stronger than that. Saiyans are a race of warriors. Perhaps pain will remind you. As a Saiyan yourself, You should know exactly what will happen.
This is bad. Vegeta, stop it! What power?
I gotcha. What is this? A measly Namek is wanting to fight me. Don't make trouble!
I gotta do something!
Have you said your prayers?
I can't move. No! How could you? You'll pay for this!
How about it, Kakarot? Now can you fight without holding anything back?
I can fight too!
Gohan, take Piccolo with you and get yourselves back to Earth!
It's time for you to get out of here.
Go home now! You'll only get in the way if you stay any longer!
Right!
I'd hurry if I were you. The clock's ticking!
How dare you! You are going to pay for this! Now I'm mad!
Good. Don't forget that feeling.
Let's go, Vegeta.
You're finally moving like a warrior. Let me see your power.
Here!
What?
Wide open! Yeah! Take this! Huh? Yeah! Fool! Yeah! There!
Don't underestimate me!
Stop it! You can't beat me!
Dad, don't think you'll be walking away from this. I'll destroy you. I'll destroy everything in this world. You really think you stand a chance against the mighty Vegeta? Prepare to die! Dead already? Yes, the stronger the opponent, the greater the thrill of the fight. You should be proud to face a warrior like me. What the?
Didn't think I'd be pushed this much, but I'm not going to let you win this!
This can't be. Kakarot. Very impressive.
You can't beat me as a Super Saiyan. We might as well stop.
I'm not done yet. This battle will decide the fate of the universe.
Take this!
Finally surpass you!
Get a hold of yourself!
power! Victory escapes me!
Don't you know? You're past your peak, and your energy is dropping rapidly.
You think I could lose? I'll show you!
You got my hopes up, only to disappoint me.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I'm not satisfied! Not with just this! You have no idea how much I've been suffering here! When I think of what I've endured, it can't end like this!
Vegeta, I'm sorry. This was the only way. I leave you here to share the fate of the planet you destroyed. I'll get back to Earth somehow.
No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out! He is a spider pig. Spider pig, spider pig. Does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out! He is a spider pig. Spider pig, spider pig. Does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out! He is a spider pig. Spider pig, spider pig. Does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out! He is a spider pig. Spider pig, spider pig. Does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out! He is a spider pig. Spider pig, spider pig. Does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out! He is a spider pig. Spider pig, spider pig. Does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, we can't. He's a pig. Look out! He is a spider pig. Spider pig, spider pig. Does what?